The Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim.
And Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about Dogma.
Great Scott! I have an army. We have a Hulk.
People don't forget.
Welcome to Earth. I'll be back.
You play ball like a girl!
Hey, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Fucking spectacular.
All right, so we picked Dogma this week because, well, first of all, Tony's never seen it.
I have not, no. You're gonna. If you're watching the YouTube video, you'll see it's the leftover of last week.
That's funny.
Yeah, started. I remember that.
We both went and saw Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Yes, we did.
So it worked out that we're doing Dogma.
It is, and this is always one that I've wanted to see because you've talked about it so much, and just pretty much all the time people have talked about it so much. So
yeah, we'll get into it. It's a great movie, and they brought it up a lot in Reboot.
They did, yes.
like just
more
small
than
little
more than a
things.
couple times,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it was just small little nods here and there, which totally worked.
Okay, let's jump right into our first segment, a Tim and Tony review of Dogma.
This week we will be talking about an abortion clinic worker with a special heritage who is called upon to save the existence of humanity from being negated by two renegade angels trying to exploit a loophole and re-enter heaven. I've read that one a couple times before, so I should probably start doing that. So it's a little bit, it flows better. Yeah, in case there's a weird, or it's just one big sentence that I have to just keep
IMDb.
talking. Yeah, that IMDb somehow made. But my top 5, starting with my honorable mentions, the fact that the campaign or whatever you want to call it is called Catholicism Wow, and it's like the comic book Wow.
Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah, definitely.
The background and the writing and like the Batman words on the screen
popping up.
I thought that
Buddy
was pretty
Christ.
funny. Yeah, Buddy Christ. Yeah, I'll put that as an honorable mention. I don't think we.
I know.
Because it's in like Mallrats and Clerks, right? Like in the store window.
It's in.
Or which other one is it in? Because we'll get to that later for our ranking.
Yeah, it's in.
Because I know.
Well, it's in Strikes Back, in the window.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
It was in Reboot on the truck. It's been in a bunch of them though. Since this one.
In Reboot, I think. But yeah, that's just a funny like. We're throwing the old one out, and this is the new Buddy Christ.
Yeah, I don't know if they put him in because this was after. It might have been in Clerks too. It was
right,
after
because it was
Clerks
after that,
and after Mallrats.
So
Although he did write it before.
That's true. Yeah.
So maybe they had a. I don't know. I'd have to go. I want to go back.
Yeah, that'll be
rewatch them all.
Except it's hard because this. Well, I'll leave.
This
it for
is
you.
the only one.
I'll leave it for you. My other honorable mention is that they say the name of the movie in the film. Like it's just a small. I think Chris Rock says it too.
Does he say? I think
it's him. Yeah. But it's a small like one line.
It is him. Yeah.
Another one is all the cast or cameos and references like to the other movies and characters that are in the View Askew universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually nailed that too. Or however they want to call it. And my third one is it's at the end, but the neon MGD sign. I kind of want that.
That's all you can see.
It is. It's like the center of
flashing.
the frame.
Miller Genuine Draft.
And it just keeps going. I really want it. It would go nice right on the wall there. But my number 5 is the beginning, them people watching at the airport.
Yeah.
The airport is a fantastic spot to people watch.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4 is... Oh, okay, I shortened it. How they joined the Bartleby Loki story and the Bethany story And then when they met up like on the train, it's like, oh, I met these two guys, and
Yeah.
it's just them. And then the whole Jason Lee story, him actually masterminding it all. Yeah, I like it. It wove well. It
Yeah,
was-
and they bounced back pretty well. Like you get sections of each story until they
right.
finally
Yeah,
do
you
come all
catch up
together.
instead
Yeah.
of like right when you're thinking, oh, what's going on with them, and then it goes right to
Yeah.
them, and you get to see where everyone's at in the story. But again, it was one of those. They brought them all together nicely where it made sense and it wasn't too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My third one is Jay's simple idea,
Getting the place to close.
just closing the place. And then Alan Rickman's just like, holy shit, that's an amazing idea. He's just so floored by it.
The prophets
Yeah.
finally live up to their name.
My number 2 is this is towards the end too, the golf club and then her blessing the sink. Where it's like, I was going to say simplicity, but it's serendipity. Just like talking to Silent Bob, like get the
Hit him
golf,
with the
get the
club,
driver.
yeah.
And even
Bob doesn't really know.
Yeah, Bob's like, what's that going to do? And then even the first time when she said it, I'm like, it's just a golf club. And then when she's like, no, really do it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then he hit him, and it basically destroyed him.
Killed him.
Yeah, it made sense. And then her lineage being able to just like, oh, bless the sink, and it's holy water. I like that small nod. And then my number 1 is that they put all my Catholic school knowledge into a movie. Like all the biblical references, all the stories. I mean, the plot itself is actually like several Bible stories put together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do hit on a lot of them, and
A lot of main ones, some deep cuts.
some deep- but like 12 years of Catholic school, and
I
that's
yeah,
why I
it's-
love this movie because it does have those little nods, and you could tell Kevin Smith
he
definitely went to Catholic
yes,
school.
he grew up with all of this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
one of
that's-
the reasons why I love it.
Yeah, that's like you said, the small things in it, where going to Catholic school for 12 years or 16 technically, but the last 4 were. There's no really religion.
I forgot.
class.
Yeah, yeah, you didn't
It was
go to
it was
religion.
a theology class, and then that talked nothing about it. But yeah, like going the 12 years, you're like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like all the jokes about the church too were like, that's pretty funny.
Pretty
like
land
the
on,
the little jabs. So yeah, those are my top 5.
All right, my top 5. Starting with the honorable mentions of cast. I mean, like Alan Rickman's great. Chris Rock.
Yeah, I did not expect him.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, I'm Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, all those. And then, like you said, the cameos. Quinn
Yeah,
is in the airport scene.
yeah, I thought that was him.
I think
yeah.
that's like this is his first, like, second credit on IMDb is
yeah.
this movie.
Walt and Brian Johnson.
Yeah, they're protesting outside. There's another one.
What's her name?
Dante is the news reporter.
Oh yeah,
And then
the girl
other-
from Wild Wild West.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. Yeah, that's it. See, so that's why we did this.
Yes,
movie.
another reason why we did this movie.
Selma Hayek month.
Then the other guy from Clerks, I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, the blonde guy.
Yeah, Randall.
Yeah.
He was the clerk, the gun store clerk.
Gun store clerk.
This one's the feculator. I don't know. They just did. I love when he puts his
I was
friends
gonna
in
say,
there
it's-
because you're just like, oh, I see that. I noticed that guy.
Oh, Ming.
Oh,
Was it-
Ming is
yeah.
in the strip club.
the strip club, yeah, he's
sitting next
sitting next
to Jay, and I think they're all going like,
Yeah,
this.
they're all. The small stuff like that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
like when you get to see people like that, kind of like a modern one besides reboot would be J.J. Abrams putting Greg Grunberg in everything.
Yeah,
That's like the
Very
modern
true.
equivalent.
Yeah. My next honorable mention is the intro, like where it's like explaining the dogma, and then it explains how this is like satire.
Yeah,
And then it makes fun
making-
of the platypus. Then apologizes for making fun of the platypus, which is great.
Just keeps apologizing.
Yeah. And then I love going off of the airport, but like the very first scene we see Loki's convincing a nun using through the looking glass that religion's all fake. I love Ben Affleck's like,
God's
you
not
have
real."
literally been in God's presence. I just love fucking with these clergy. Keep them on their toes. And then this one.
This was a good one.
The reason why Jay and Silent Bob are in Illinois is because of John Hughes. John fucking Hughes.
16 Candles?
16,
Yeah,
yeah,
16.
that's that guy. Just like he thinks no one knows who it is. But like
No one
they
else
want to
has
go
ever heard
to
of him.
Shermer, Illinois, and they realize it doesn't exist. But like that
Doesn't
whole
fucking
story is
exist.
great. And then they rip on John Hughes a little more because didn't he write Home Alone? And they say that
Yeah, that
someone
was-
sold their soul to the devil. for that one.
Selma Hayek was like, "Oh yeah,
I wrote 19 out of
19 in
20.
the top 20, except that Home Alone." And she like does this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
someone sold their soul to the devil and get that piece of crap made. So does Kevin Smith have something against John Hughes, I guess? I don't know. I don't think so, though. But
I don't think he
I
does.
think he was just
'cause-
messing with him.
Yeah.
Number 5 would be the train scene. So, like, them meeting up, but, like, I love when they finally realize who everyone is. And,
Yeah.
Or even before that, when Loki smokes, Matt Damon smokes the joint, he's like... and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
Except those two guys, I like that.
Yeah, like Jay and Bob are pretty cool. But specifically when Silent Bob throws them both off the train,
off the
and then he
train.
looks at the guy and goes, "No ticket." From Last
And
Crusade, yeah, just great.
And that's just him being like, "This scene is too good." In
And
the
yeah, and that's
movie, and
he
it's the
says,
perfect opportunity.
I think he says 4 words, and "no ticket" is 2 of
Two
them.
of them.
And then "thank you" is the other 2.
Yes.
Number 4, Rufus. Chris Rock is fantastic in this.
Amazing.
Just all his scenes are great. Him falling from the sky and then explaining how Jesus was black. And
Yeah, I knew him. He owes me.
he owes me $12. Hey, Rufus, see you in 2 years. He told me when my number was up. It freaked me out. Yeah, that. And then, I don't know, he has some good, like some good ones, like how God doesn't, or like beliefs are bad. Like the way he says it,
how he basically explains the story
is pretty good. I like all those. Even his serious scenes are pretty good, or very good. 3 is the movie boardroom when Ben Affleck is going through and listing all the movie things, and then he forgets the magazine.
Yeah.
And then
I can't believe you forgot the magazine.
And then he goes through and says all the bad things.
Everything that
did.
they've done.
And then I love.
Going off of that, I like when they did pause on him sneezing. I'm like, okay,
And he's looking around the room, and
totally gonna bring.
and no one says anything. He's just like, he kind of like nods, like, okay, all right,
All right.
and like keeps going. And then voodoo. I don't believe in voodoo. I do believe in this. And he starts shooting him, and then I love Ben Affleck's just in the waiting room. I do believe in this. Like, how stupid was that? He's like, you are a clean soul. Although you didn't say God bless you when I sneezed.
See, and that's when I'm like, all right, they set her up. She's gonna be clean, except for that.
Yeah. And then was it Loki? Come on. He's like, you're getting off easy. Yeah, that whole scene's great. Even I'll go back even a little bit and add on just their whole killing spree. But like when they're on the bus, he's like, "Are you married?" Yeah, I'm married to her. Not that it's in your business, but no. And he just shoots him in the head. Number 2 would be like the plot, so like just the religious themes and all that, which we talked about already. And then number 1 is meeting the prophets, so meeting Jay and Bob.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic when they're beating up the kids. Yeah, that's right, you muddy nut fucks. It's like chasing them away.
Oh, you guys are lucky when I showed up.
Yeah.
They would have kicked your ass.
They would have kicked yours in Lunchbox's ass. That's my top 5 then.
Moving on to some problems. I agree with yours, so I'm just going to let you have the problem because
There's really
my problem. Well, no, that's exactly your problem. I was going to say the way I watched it.
The way you watched it
was going to be my problem, but
yeah. So I'll say mine first, then
Yes.
you can go into yours. Not being able to buy this on DVD for a reasonable price,
Yeah.
and know that it's good copy.
Right. Know that you're actually getting the movie.
And then not being able to stream it either. Like, you can't even rent it or anything.
Nope. Not on Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, any of them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Maybe
They
Disney
need to
Plus.
fix this.
No, because they sold it.
Yeah.
So my problem with the movie was the way I watched it was apparently sped up. So I watched the movie quicker than normal. And
15 minutes quicker.
Yeah, 15 minutes quicker. And because of that, I think everyone's voices was pitched up a little bit.
Pitched and yeah, sped up. It was like they're talking very fast.
Yeah.
And it was only in a portion.
Yeah, it was small enough on my phone, and then it was even a smaller corner, even full screen.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to take a gamble on eBay and buy one if there's a cheap one.
eBay wouldn't be bad because if it is wrong and it's not what they say it is, eBay is usually pretty good with it.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
still
that
the
or-
chance of and the hassle of dealing with that.
Yeah, and then I took the cheapest Amazon one. It's like $40.
It's $40, yeah.
And then if you want Blu-ray, it's like $100
yeah.
and something dollars. I was like,
Because
oh
it
my
was
God.
Because what? It was $19.99.
Yeah.
Blu-rays were maybe a thought.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
even think they were. I doubt it because Blu-rays really came
I should just
right around PS2.
try to find if there's a VHS somewhere. Can't go wrong with it.
No, because
Yes.
I said nothing.
I said nothing.
I say nothing. All right. Moving on from problems, we're going to go into our favorite quotes. My first one is okay. Is Metatron or Alan Rickman, which I wasn't sure what his name was because they said it the first couple times I heard it was like so fast.
Yeah.
So I had to look it up, but it's definitely Megatron. But Metatron, he says, tell a person that you're the Metatron and they stare at you blankly. Tell them something out of a Charlton Heston movie and suddenly everybody is a theology scholar. May I continue uninterrupted? It's just so funny because everyone knows the Ten Commandments movie. Charlton. Like that's
the
it's like the other 50% of my
yeah.
my knowledge of it. Yeah. The 10th plague.
He gets so angry about it.
Because, yeah, whenever you say anything about the Ten Commandments, it's always that movie. My second quote is, I think it's, it's right when Bethany meets the prophets. She goes, after, like, debating about it, she goes, I think I should go with you. And she's like, what, like steady? You want to be my girlfriend? All right, but Silent Bob has to live with us, and you pay the rent.
You pay the rent.
She's like, no. And then my third quote is towards the middle of the movie when she decides, all right, she understands what's going on, and she's like, talking about how what the task is and the size of the task, and she goes, it's too big, and Metatron goes, that's what Jesus said. Although he goes on to explain, like, that's what he said when he's like, I don't want to be the son of God, and which is a story in the Bible. Like, this happened. But it's just great that he made it that's what she said
joke. Yeah. All right, my favorite quotes. First one's the opening scene with
right
Loki.
in the beginning.
Yeah, but when they find out that there's a chance they can get back to heaven, they're like, last 4 days on Earth? If I had a dick, I'd go get laid. We could do the next best thing. Bubby's like, what's that? And he goes, well, let's kill people. And like the lady in the between them spits her coffee and he laughs. He's like, oh, not you.
At that point, I thought that they weren't real for like a second. Like it was like they're there, but not
no one can see them or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
But then it was like, okay, no.
No, yeah, people can hear them.
They're definitely real.
My second one is when Metatron's explaining who Loki and Bartleby are, and she's like, were they sent to hell? And Metatron goes, worse, Wisconsin, for the entire span of human history. It's just fantastic that they ripped on Wisconsin.
So much. Yeah, it was in the Milwaukee airport.
Yeah.
And then they went past like the cheeseheads.
Yeah, all the cheese.
The stand.
Yeah, which I doubt there is a.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
The
Maybe like
the
one
Milwaukee
or two.
Mall used to have Actually, there are a lot of stores in Wisconsin that
Like
are
just
sell Wisconsin stuff. So like the Wisconsin School,
okay.
Green Bay stuff, where it's literally just different things of that. So I wouldn't doubt that there's just
There's a
cheesehead
stand
one.
in the airport.
Just cheeseheads.
My third one is Silent Bob saying no ticket. This is
Yeah.
great. Then my last one is it's at the end when they're in the restaurant and they're trying to figure out where God is. And Metatron's like, those constitutionals he likes to take. And Bethany goes, constitutionals? And Rufus goes, I think we're beyond euphemism at this point. And he goes, God's kind of a skee-ball fanatic.
Which now
Which
the
is very
opening
random.
now the opening
It
made
made
sense because
sense,
I'm like,
yeah.
what the hell is going on? Not having seen the movie
Yeah.
before, I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
And then, I love when they're like, everyone's calling him he and him.
Yeah.
And then, finally, Bethany finds out it's a woman. She starts calling it her.
Her
and
and
then Metatron's like, well, she. It's just keep saying it, with a lot of emphasis on all the pronouns.
Oh, yeah. And then even Chris Rock was like, when he was explaining to the Cardinal, I think that was going to be the other one. I said, yes, the word of God, that he who is am, or he who I am.
Yeah. He stands up and, what is it? He's like, it worked for Moses.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it.
Yeah, and then Jay has so many great ones too. When he wakes up on the bus or on the train.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't come in you, Peter. And Bob looks at him like, what? You jerk off more than anyone on the earth.
Well, no shit, everyone knows.
Everyone knows that. When you're doing it, you're thinking of guys. Not all the time.
Silent Bob just looking at him.
Just staring at him. I'd approve to this guy that I'm not.
Also,
not
the
gay.
kid, the name of the kid that with leukemia that died was Brian Johnson.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely
Nod to
for
him,
yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And that's the thing, it's like a 2-hour movie, so there are parts where there's extended parts where you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. But that's it for our top parts of the movie, quotes, and problems. So let's move on to some TNT trivia about the movie, starting with Who Am I?
I am the Father. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman.
I am the Clit Commander.
Yes, I'm Batman.
Oh, I'm up first this week, aren't I?
Yes.
Okay, so my Who Am I? I am known for... Drum roll, please. I am known for
Captain Hold drum roll.
Ratatouille, Wet Hot American Summer, Rami and Michelle's high school reunion, Mystery Men.
Oh, I know who it is. I don't know. It's the chick that Bethany works with at the abortion clinic.
I'll give you a hint. That is correct.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, let me just.
And I figured that Mystery Men would give it away.
Yeah. What Hot American Summer gave it away more?
I don't remember. That's one of those. That's another one where it's like a ton of people in it, right?
Yeah.
And didn't they redo that? Not redo it, but like.
Yeah, they did two
okay.
shows, prequel and then a 10-year after. Janine
Garofalo. Yes.
Liz. in the
Liz,
movie.
yeah.
Which I guess he wanted her
As-
after dealing with.
I was gonna. Yeah, I read what the lead. I don't know what her name was. A pain to work with.
Yeah.
She was, however, Janine was the original choice to play Monica on Friends, but she turned it down. Oh man, can you imagine? And her production company is I Hate Myself Productions. Like we just mentioned, Kevin Smith said in retrospect he wished he offered her the role of Bethany. And last up, she has referred to Saturday Night Live in 1975 as the worst experience in her professional life. Which I guess she's good friends with Ben Stiller, which they both had short-lived tenures on SNL in that year. But apparently she hated it.
It was probably later than that.
It says 1975.
That's when SNL started.
Oh, that's dumb.
Right?
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
That's insane. Okay, well, the other facts still apply.
All right. I want to see if you can get this without
I'm looking up her spouse. So
without IMDb. Ready?
Yeah.
I almost want to give you just 3 and see if you can get it. I don't know if you'll.
What
be
is
able
it going to
to
be like? Dogma, Mallrats, and
No, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
shit. Oh, okay. I think
Dogma, Jersey Girl. Do you think you have it?
I do, but
Because the last
I'm
one,
really not sure.
The last one clearly gives it away. Do you want to take a guess?
I would guess George Carlin.
That is correct.
Oh, it is? What's the one that would give it away?
George Carlin jamming in New York.
Okay, yeah, that might absolutely give it away.
Yeah, so he was an outspoken critic of religion and was an atheist in real life.
I believe that.
Yeah. And then, what's the other one? Oh, he recently lost his wife when filming this, so he didn't want to take his ring off, and they put a Band-Aid over it.
Even though you can wear or older times when they're like, oh, you can't get married. They said they wore a band because they're married to God.
Yeah.
But now most places are you can at least be some type of clergy. I think some places are starting to where you can be married and what's the word I'm looking for? Not evangelist, not the televangelist either, because those are. There's a word for it, and I'm so upset that I can't think of it right now. Kind of like the show, even though that's the Righteous Gemstones, even though that show's like televangelist. I've heard this show's pretty funny. But that's my tangent. Go back.
That's my tangent. My last one is that he was the first ever host of Saturday Night Live. That's why I knew that it was 1975.
Oh, really?
Yep. October 11th, actually, 75. So.
Oh, that's neat.
And that's my random facts about him.
Random facts about it. Okay, now my random facts about the movie. Excuse me. Kevin Smith gave himself a puppeteer's credit under the name Kevin P. Smith. This was for helping out with the handling of the wings in various scenes. So just a little nod to himself. Pat himself on the back. My second one is that in the film, Loki is the angel of death, and Azrael is a demon who wants to cause mischief. In traditional mythology, it's Azrael who is the angel of death, and Loki is the Norse god of mischief. So they kind of swapped it.
Yeah, Matt Damon's played Loki twice.
3
times now.
3. Wouldn't
well, we played the same Loki twice.
Yeah.
And then he played
he played the stage Loki. So technically another one.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. And then my third fact is that it takes Jay exactly 35 seconds before he gets the holy bartender joke, which I think, 1 is a good pun on what happened.
Yeah.
And 2 is a Batman reference.
It's
like a backdoor Batman reference.
Holy bartender.
Yeah.
a Robin reference.
Holy metal, Batman!
Yeah.
Look, the metal.
I can't
Got
remember.
holes.
I can't remember if it was this movie or Strikes Back, but there was a scene where Jay had a laugh, and I remember listening to a podcast where Kevin Smith was talking about it. He's like, Jason could not get it like at all. He's like, "Have you heard a human laugh before?" He's like, he was like yelling at him at a certain point, like, "Are you serious?" And it was either like that scene where he's supposed to laugh at Holy Bartender, or it was a scene in Strike Back. I can't remember though, and I couldn't find it.
I'm sure he was. Another fact. I'm sure he was on something.
Yeah.
At some point when he used to do that. I think he's clean now.
Yes, he is.
That's what I thought.
Speaking of him, he had the entire script memorized before rehearsals, and when asked why, he said that it was because he didn't want to anger Alan Rickman. Let's see. Yeah, and Kevin Smith said that he took him aside before and said that he had to bring his A game to the set, which he did.
Yeah.
And I guess he memorized other people's lines,
which
too.
is awesome. Which is like, hey, good for you. That's showing up and doing your work. But it's like, for Alan Rickman, I would absolutely.
I think he only has like one scene.
Maybe
with him.
one scene with him.
Oh no, I guess like
that's why I went out because
scenes.
I read this first, and then I'm like, so they must share like most of the movie. There's
No,
like
they
two
don't.
scenes. Yeah, the middle or
near the end,
near
and
the
then
end,
very
and the end.
Yeah. Kevin Smith pursued Robert Rodriguez to direct this film. Rodriguez enjoyed the script, but in seeing how personal the story was, insisted that Smith directed it himself.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And my last one is I like this one. When Azrael Jason Lee is asked to explain how he had kept God from foiling his plans, he refused. "Oh no, I've seen way too many Bond movies to know that you never reveal all the details to your plan, no matter how close you may think you are to winning." And then in The Incredibles in 2004, Jason Lee's character is also tricked into revealing information about his ultimate weapon, but stops himself and says, "And when you unleash it, I'll get you, Sly Dog. You got me monologuing. I can't believe it."
Which was a great scene in the movie.
Yeah.
You got me monologuing.
Yeah. And the fact that he does it in two different movies is just great.
But yeah, like the fact that this movie references the other movie, like Bond movies being real. Oh, there was another one that. I mean, most of like the John Hughes movies being in existence.
But Shermer, Illinois, not.
Not being a real place.
Any other final thoughts? I mean,
I'm sure there's stuff we missed. But
definitely stuff we missed.
For me, only watching it once, I don't know if I can watch it on. I could watch it shorter than a normal. So I've got that going for me.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so, but
no, the next thing would be like watching the documentary about it, and
yeah, I did like he did get interviewed while he was
that's hilarious.
Protesting his own movie.
Yeah, because I guess the reporter recognized him, but
he kept denying it though. Yeah.
Or I think he said he was Brian. His name was Brian. I think
Johnson.
He said that.
Yeah.
That's his go-to of like, all right, I need a name.
Fake name. It was. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of my favorites though.
I think it rocketed to my favorite one of his for sure. I don't know if it cracked any huge list, but it may have.
All right, next up, we'll pretend like we're in charge and recast the movie.
I'm excited for this. Oh, damn it, I'm first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go.
I'll try to guess your
You'll
theme.
try and guess my theme. I'm going to go kind of all over the place, so just bear with me.
Okay.
Okay, so for Loki, Taron Egerton.
Okay.
For, oh, crap, who did I pick for that person?
Bartleby.
Oh, crap, who did I pick for that person? No. I am foiled. I had it.
Mark Strong.
Oddly enough.
Is he on your list?
Bartleby is Mark Strong.
Is it?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I would show it to you, but you'd be able to see the rest of mine. Oh, crap. Who did... damn it. Okay, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Oh, I remember. Sorry, God. I'm skipping around.
Skipping around.
Okay, so Loki is Taron Egerton. Bartleby is Mark Strong. God is Elton John.
I already know your theme.
What's my theme?
I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna guess it now. You're too
What-
confident.
What's my theme?
I'm gonna say Kingsman right off these three.
Is that your final answer?
No, I'll wait till the end.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, so
But I like Elton John. You get
Yeah.
the singer aspect still.
yes, yeah, it definitely had to be a singer.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. For Cardinal Glick, Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
I didn't go comedian route, but
Yeah.
I like it. For Azriel, Henry Cavill. Bethany,
Okay.
Haley Atwell.
Oh, okay. Captain
Agent
Agent
Carter.
Carter.
Yeah.
And that was Bethany, you said?
Yes. Serendipity, Kate Beckinsale.
Okay. So it's just British people.
Is that your guess?
No, but
Metatron, Gary Oldman.
okay, still British people.
Rufus. I went with Richard Ayoade, the guy from IT Crowd.
Oh, okay.
And-
Moss
Yeah.
and Neighborhood Watch.
Neighborhood Watch, yeah. Or Franz Drama.
And that was who?
Rufus.
Okay.
Or Franz Drama. Firestorm.
Oh, okay.
Either one.
Either one of those. I like your first one better.
Yeah, me too.
He's funnier.
Yeah, that's why I kind of threw him on. But for Jay, Simon Pegg, and Silent Bob,
Nick Frost.
I originally had James Corden,
Okay.
but I couldn't find a pair, so yes, Nick Frost.
Nick Frost. Oh, so you had James Corden and Silent Bob, and you were trying to find a
I
pair.
was trying to find a
go
J,
for J.
and then I'm like, no, I
Yeah.
like this better.
Okay.
But I do like James Corden in that role too. And then
That's all of them.
that's
right?
all.
Oh,
of them.
no.
I added one, the Beanie Hat Kid, one of the guys on the rollerblades with the hockey stick, Frost.
Kevin Frost.
Because one of them looks dead on. I looked at him, I'm like, oh my God, that's Frost. So shout out to you, Kevin.
Well, that ruins my British thing. What does Kevin Frost have in common with all those people?
Only you can find out.
No, I'm going to stick with British people.
It is British people,
Okay.
yes. I was kind of hoping you would have stuck with your...
Kingsman?
Yeah, that's why I did them in that order. I'm like, oh, I think I got them.
Okay.
But yes, that's my recasting.
Mine's going to be fun. All right, so for Loki, I'm going to go with Justin Timberlake.
Nice. Topical and reference.
Yeah, I know. I did this a while ago, too. I know, before Jessica Biel was on Fallon.
I would take a stab that yours is going to be musicians turned into actors, but that's a very small list. Very small list.
Bartleby, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I might be onto something, actually.
You might be. Cardinal Glick, Jack Black.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's a good one.
That is a great
yeah.
one.
Bethany, Lady Gaga.
Yes, I got. Okay, I like it.
Azriel, Will Smith. So him and his
okay.
villain would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Metatron, Eminem. Yeah.
Yes.
I
I would have accepted God as well.
I was thinking Kanye, but it didn't fit my theme.
It didn't fit the rest of your.
Although he does think he is God,
Yeah,
probably.
that's
the
a
voice of
whole
God.
nother.
Yeah.
Jesus walks.
Jay, I went with Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Like horrible bosses, Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Silent Bob, Ice Cube. I like that. That was one of my favorites.
that's a good one.
Rufus, Sean Combs. Like, get him to the Greek.
I was like, who
Yeah.
the hell is that?
Who
And
the hell is that?
And then I'm like, nope, Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yep.
That's his name.
Serendipity, Jennifer Lopez.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm. And then God, Beyonce.
Nice. So
Yeah.
so
So it
your
is.
theme is singers.
Singers, yep,
that
turned
are
actors.
Oh, that is amazing. That is a good list.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun to do.
Yeah. And now it's time for us to rank our top 5. I think we said Kevin Smith movies. I'll go first. My honorable mentions are all the ones I haven't seen yet. I'm just going to blanket that. My number 5, which is a TV series which he produced. I don't think he directed any of it, but Comic Book Men.
He might have directed the first one.
Yeah, maybe the first one.
I don't know if you could direct a reality show, though.
I don't know. And it also looked like they recorded all of them at once because the ending is literally them in the same clothing every episode. But my number 4 is Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Which, didn't he just produce that one?
He directed
or
that
he
one.
did direct.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't write that one.
That's what
like
it was.
one of the few that he didn't.
My number 3 is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. My number 2 is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I know we were trying to stay away from like 1s and 2s, but I needed to fill out my list.
No, I think we were trying to separate them because usually we put them together.
Oh, okay.
So it worked in your favor.
It worked in yes, exactly as I planned.
Exactly as I.
And then my number 1, Dogma.
Yeah,
it jumped the list.
it did. It's a great movie.
It is fantastic for all the reasons we said, and mostly because of the religious background.
All right, my honorable mentions. Strikes Back will be my first honorable mention. That's probably 6, if anything.
Yeah, if it would have to be on the list.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno, Chasing Amy, and Tusk was super weird, and I liked it. But number 5 would be Clerks 2. Just bringing back all the characters and seeing them after so long. Kind of why reboot's so good.
Yeah.
Mallrats, though, is number 4. That's a great cast. That cast is... I mean, it's a lot of the same people, but then there's a few, like...
Clerks 2 was with Rosario Dawson, right? Not Mallrats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stan Lee is in Mallrats, though.
That's his first, like, acting role, right?
Yeah,
Or, like,
he's
where
playing
like,
himself,
yeah,
though,
where he
but
plays...
yeah.
Yeah, where it's, like,
fictionalized,
majorly him.
Number 3, Clerks 1, just started it all and has some fantastic one-liners.
Oh, yeah.
And number 2, Reboot, just because it touches on almost all of them.
Oh, pretty much all of his movies are, like,
yeah.
referenced in some way.
Some way, yeah. And I love that they reference Dogma a bunch. And
Yes.
I mean, Strikes Back
now
a
I
bunch.
understand those references.
Yeah, and then number 1 would be Dogma, though.
Very much agree.
Yeah. All right, moving on for our last segment. Let's talk about some geek news.
Clark Kent's just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
General, haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press? I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip, rumors, panic in the streets. We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm intrigued by Alex's giant bat story, so I...
Oh, right, the Batman.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
Police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
All right, first up on the docket, Paul Dano has been cast as the Riddler.
Yes, he has.
Yes, yeah, right
Like,
after
almost
Catwoman.
immediately, almost immediately as Catwoman was cast.
Yeah.
And as the people reported, Jonah Hill was out.
Oh, yeah, it was like right away. Yeah, we were talking about, was it
was
either
like-
they were trying to get Jonah Hill to drop his price, and then he wouldn't, so then they just cast him, or it was vice versa to get him to drop his price by taunting that,
that Jonah Hill's gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm guessing it was one of those two.
Yeah, it's definitely money, for sure. Especially if what's reported that Jonah Hill was asking for is real.
Yeah, but I think he's going to do a great job. I like him.
What is he from?
He has
I
been
don't-
in a bunch of stuff, but
I'm sure he has, and he does not look familiar at all, which I think could
There
work.
Will
in
Be
his
Blood.
case.
I know he was in Looper. You haven't seen Looper?
Nope. Look at there's a ton
Prisoners.
of,
Have you seen Prisoners? Oh man, he's really good in that.
there's a lot of movies and shows that I haven't seen that I'm sure.
Cowboys and Aliens is another one.
Yes, but I
Don't. He
don't,
was the
don't
son of
remember
the-
that movie, and two, I remember Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. I think
Don John with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
didn't see that one, but I knew JGL
No,
and Scarlett.
Yeah. He's been in a bunch. He was.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
You know,
like him.
I
And
like
everything
where
I've
they're
seen him
going
in.
with the casting too.
Mhm.
Not unknowns, but like not A-list.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all good actors in their own right, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? General A-list, I guess, would be the go-to
Yeah.
stars,
Yeah. I see
top
where
of the
you're going.
top.
Yeah, I understand what you're. The top of the top.
As long as you understand what I mean, then that's okay.
I got it.
And then next up, Stargirl is rumored to be moving to the CW.
Yes.
Wasn't that the
That's DC
DC Universe?
So it might be bad news for DC Universe,
Uh,
but I don't know.
There was a lot of articles where it's like DC Universe is going away. It's like it's been maybe a year at this point.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's going well, besides Swamp Thing, but even that was reviewed very well.
Yeah.
It was just they didn't give it
Money
enough
issues,
time.
Yeah, but I think they would have to reshoot and like format it for television, like the episodes.
Oh yeah, because it's
Because if they do like 50-minute episodes, it's usually 40 through 5.
40.
for
Yeah, right around there.
on TV if you do an hour. So they'd have to reformat it.
Yeah, they'd have to cut stuff.
And move stuff around. So we'll see.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
I mean that's another cast that looks pretty good. With Joe McHale.
that did have a lot of people.
I don't know. I'm fine with it going to CW. That means it'll
Yeah, because I mean they're getting
survive. at
They're
least.
getting that other, the Green Arrow and the Canaries
future,
show series that's supposedly being piloted right now.
Next up, we got the Bloodshot trailer with Vin Diesel. This looks awesome.
Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know too much about.
I haven't read that. I have the one comic book, and it's boarded, and I haven't read it. So
It looks. I mean, the story. I mean, it looks like he's playing Dominic Toretto.
Absolutely,
But like a
Who can't
superhero
die,
version,
yeah.
Which we don't know if Dominic
basic-
Toretto can die. So it might be the same person.
You just brought up the greatest argument. Can Dominic Toretto die?
Probably not.
So basically, he's playing Idris Elba's character from the spin-off.
Yeah, and then Winston from New Girl's in it.
I thought that was
yeah.
him. I thought that was him.
The chick from Hobbs and Shaw, and she was in Baby Driver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Elisa Gonzalez or something.
Yes. She was in the spinoff?
Yeah, she was. She helped them out at one point. Isa Gonzalez.
She helped him out at one point.
I don't know. Near the end, I remember her coming in, and she made out with Jason Statham real quick.
Oh, okay. Now I
She
think
like
I know.
gave him a bunch of guns or something. I don't know what.
Oh, the Russian?
No.
Yeah, weren't
Was she-
they
were they
in Russia?
They could have been. I don't know. They went all over the world in that movie.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And then what's the Mandarin or the fake Mandarin? What's his name? I'm blanking on that.
I was
He's
going to
a
say
big-
Ben Kingsley.
No.
Oh, yeah, he is a big name. Guy Pearce?
Yes, Guy Pearce. Guy
Yeah.
Pearce as like the main villain. Looks pretty good though.
Yeah, that looks cool. And I think Jason David Frank said he doesn't have he was supposed to play Bloodshot or supposed to cameo, and neither of that's happened.
Neither.
But he's like, it's okay. Finn's gonna do fine. He's like, I'm bummed, but he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And last up, the final Star Wars trailer supposedly was released Monday night.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
On Twitter, they had a thing where it's like, if you liked, they're like, oh, hey, tune into the show tonight. If you liked that tweet, they tweeted you the trailer. So I
Really?
liked it on mine and our TNT account.
Did they tweet it to us?
They tweeted it to us with like, hey, Tim and Tony, check out the new Star Wars trailer. So that is how I watch
It looks good.
And
I just have no idea what's
it's
going on. I don't know what
They
the plot
have
is.
9 movies to wrap up. It's
And they said it's going to do it.
It is going to be over 2.5 hours long.
Oh,
So longer than the last
two,
the
right?
last 2, yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
it looks
they
good.
said
but
they're going to
just
wrap everything up.
No idea what's going on.
I'm excited.
I mean, we saw.
I'm going to watch it no matter what.
We saw like the helmet from was it Hope, A New Hope, that he's wearing.
Yes.
Luke's
so
helmet
going
and-
kind of going right through the trailer. It's like his training helmet and the little orb thing.
Yeah,
Her training through in the forest,
jumping
basically,
around. Yeah,
and jumping through a wreckage. So it's kind of like how we found her. Basically,
we see Lando again.
which I don't. That meeting scene, I didn't see.
Didn't
Lando.
see the
Every time I watch it, I'm like,
That's the first
where
thing
is-
I see. He's like the only yellow thing.
Well, yeah, that I figured, but I'm not looking for a yellow thing. Them all back on the Falcon.
Yeah, we don't see Evil Ray though. In this
No, there was
trailer.
none of that. Unless, of course, that shot of no, because she was in robes.
Yeah,
Unless it's the Emperor showing her what she could do.
yeah. But I
which
mean,
he's back.
Yeah,
Where's he been the last 90 years or however?
waiting.
Waiting,
He told you.
waiting underwater.
I've just been waiting. What? Where?
He made all the
No further questions.
He made all the Star Destroyers waterproof.
Oh, yeah.
He made them all submarines, is what he did. It's like, nope, we'll go underwater and wait.
Yeah, it does look crazy
Look-
good though.
yeah.
Like all the wide shots they show are insane. Like the one
from
with
what it looks like,
upside down world.
yes,
That one looks crazy.
With that world, they're fighting on top of Star Destroyers while running
Yeah.
around. There's
The one where it's just the Falcon in between all the other ships.
the
are crazy.
thousands of ships.
Yeah.
I mean, the other trailers we saw the hundreds of Star Destroyer ships. So I mean, it's going to be.
Yeah, it
You
should-
got to imagine they patched the hole. if
Yeah.
there is a Death Star somewhere, or all the Star Destroyers form up to become a Death Star,
to become a Death Star. That'd be pretty funny.
Or his Palpatine said right before the battle, he goes, "Execute Order 67." Just so many.
67.
It will be interesting though because it is wrapping up all of them.
Yeah.
What they bring in from the prequels.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
It's
gonna be
it remains to be seen,
crazy.
but it should be good.
Yeah, and then before we wrap up, there was one other thing I saw that Bradley Cooper was being eyed for Hal Jordan now. That Tom Cruise, I guess Tom Cruise
Oh,
is
the Tom
passing,
Cruise one?
is
Okay.
passing on it.
Well,
So I
because
guess
also
Bradley
that'd be
Cooper-
Hal Jordan would be like 90 years old then
Bradley Cooper?
if it was Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. No, Tom Cruise is
think
he's
he's like
another person. He can't die.
Fair, but he still
He would
looks
do his
old.
He would do his own stunts as
He
Tom,
absolutely-
you can't fly.
he would go to space.
You can't fly. Yes, I can.
It would
Watch me.
He'd be like, "I'm going to space," and he would just blast off.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, was anyone capturing that? Did we get that?
But I mean, if they did Tom Cruise, then it would be just a younger Jon Stewart. Then that's what I was thinking.
They'd have to do that, where it's like they follow
I
Hal's
still
story and then they pass it to Jon Stewart.
Yeah, I still think they'll do a young Jon Stewart with Bradley Cooper if they get Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
I think he'd be
He'd
perfect.
be a cool one. He's got the look and the
And he just plays it
the
like
comedy.
Rocket.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah, he would be Rocket.
Yeah. All right. Looking ahead to what's coming up for Tim and Tony, our next episode 122, we are going to do What We Do in the Shadows because of Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit came out this past week.
And I haven't seen it.
I haven't. Wait. Oh yeah, you haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen
I was
either.
like, yeah, no. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen it either. Oh,
Don't
no,
you know
but-
I go to every 6 o'clock Thursday showing of every.
of every new movie? Yeah,
I would go
but
to
I
the
have-
midnight, but they give us the earlier day, early option. So
Yeah, so that should be a good one. And then after that, the new Terminator movie is coming out,
Yes.
so we'll try to figure out which Terminator
T1
movie.
or T2.
Yeah.
That'd be an easy poll to do.
we should do that. We'll do a poll for that.
Yeah. So if you have any strong feelings towards 1 or 2, let us know.
Yes. So that's been our episode today. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner Movie Review.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony. We are the Dynamic Duo.
Good night.
night.